The deadliest creature on Earth. Not a human, not a lion, but a mosquito. Imagine that the greatest killer of humankind is not a human, not a lion, not even a shark. It's not a weapon, not a war, not a nuclear bomb. The deadliest creature on this planet is the mosquito. Sounds unbelievable, and yet it's true. Each year, more than 700,000 people die as a result of diseases carried by mosquitoes. That's more than deaths from sharks, lions, wolves, snakes, and humans combined. Let's take a closer look at why this tiny insect has earned such a terrifying reputation. Why is it so dangerous? A mosquito doesn't bite like a dog. It doesn't have sharp claws like a tiger. And it doesn't drag you underground like a spider. It's silent, small, unassuming, but its power lies in what it carries. A tiny wound with massive consequences. Mosquitoes transmit diseases like malaria, dengue, Zika virus, yellow fever, chikungunya, West Nile virus, encephalitis, and more. And all it takes is one sting. The danger isn't the mosquito itself. It's what it leaves behind in your bloodstream. How do they spread diseases? When a mosquito bites, it uses a special mouthpart called a proboscis, like a tiny syringe. It pierces the skin, finds a blood vessel, and draws blood. But before it drinks, it injects saliva into your body. That saliva contains anticoagulants to keep your blood flowing. And if the mosquito is infected, it can also contain viruses or parasites. These pathogens can enter your bloodstream and spread rapidly, causing everything from fever to organ failure. The female, bloodthirsty hunter. Only the female mosquito bites humans. Why? Because she needs protein from blood to produce her eggs. Males feed on nectar from flowers. They play no role in bloodsucking. Only the female is on the hunt. She can drink up to 3 times her body weight in blood in a single feeding. And after she feeds, she lays hundreds of eggs in standing water. Just a small puddle, a clogged gutter, or a forgotten bucket. That's all she needs to multiply. Mosquito senses. How they hunt mosquitoes are master trackers. They find humans using multiple senses. Carbon dioxide, what we breathe out. Body heat. They can sense warmth from several meters away. Odors and sweat, especially lactic acid and ammonia. Movement and dark clothing. Some species prefer darker colors. They can even detect blood type and may prefer type O over others. Some people are simply more attractive to mosquitoes. And it's not just in your head. Even what you eat or drink can make a difference. For example, alcohol increases your attractiveness to mosquitoes. Where mosquitoes kill, mosquito-borne diseases cause the most damage in tropical and subtropical areas. Sub-Saharan Africa, home to over 90% of malaria deaths. India and Southeast Asia, dengue is a major concern. Central and South America, home to Zika, chikungunya, and yellow fever. But mosquito populations are spreading. Climate change is expanding their range into parts of Europe, North America, and Asia where they previously didn't exist. Urbanization, deforestation, and global travel all contribute to the global mosquito crisis. Mosquitoes in Europe, a growing threat. It may sound surprising, but mosquitoes are becoming a real danger in Europe. In recent years, cases of dengue have been recorded in countries like France, Italy, and Spain. The Asian tiger mosquito, Aedes albopictus, has spread rapidly across southern and central Europe. While Europe hasn't seen large outbreaks yet, experts warn that rising temperatures and stagnant urban water could lead to future epidemics. Scientific weapons against mosquitoes. Scientists are not sitting idle. They're developing amazing tools to fight back. Genetically modified mosquitoes that can't reproduce. Sterile male release, flooding areas with infertile males. CRISPR gene drives, altering mosquito DNA. Vaccines, like the new malaria vaccine in Africa. Satellite mapping, tracking mosquito populations. Even drones are now used to spray insecticides in remote areas. In some labs, scientists are even working on creating odor traps that attract and kill mosquitoes based on the exact chemical signals they love. Historical outbreaks. The Panama Canal, built in the early 1900s, faced massive delays due to malaria and yellow fever. Thousands of workers died from mosquito-borne illnesses before mosquito control programs were implemented. During World War II, more soldiers were lost to malaria in the Pacific than to combat. These historical events remind us, even in the age of modern medicine, mosquitoes can change the course of history. Mosquitoes and animals. It's not just humans who suffer. Mosquitoes also transmit diseases to animals. Heartworm in dogs caused by a parasitic worm. Equine encephalitis affects horses, causing inflammation of the brain. Even birds, reptiles, and amphibians are not safe. Entire ecosystems can be disrupted by mosquito-borne illnesses. Climate change and mosquitoes. As the planet warms, mosquitoes are adapting. Higher temperatures speed up their breeding cycles. Rainy seasons are becoming longer and more intense. Regions once too cold for mosquitoes, like Northern Europe or Canada, are now becoming hospitable. With climate change, we could see a surge in mosquito populations and diseases in places that were once considered safe. Economic impact of mosquitoes. Beyond health, mosquitoes bring a heavy economic burden. In Africa alone, malaria costs billions in healthcare expenses, lost productivity, and tourism revenue. Families spend significant portions of their income on mosquito nets and treatments. Governments must allocate resources to prevention and research, funds that could otherwise go to education or infrastructure. The fight against mosquitoes is not just a medical issue, it's a financial one. Education and awareness. Knowledge is power. Educating communities about prevention is critical. Teaching children to recognize mosquito breeding areas, wear protective clothing, and report symptoms early can save lives. Awareness campaigns, posters, school programs, social media play a vital role in reducing outbreaks. Diseases in detail. The big three: malaria, a deadly parasite that destroys red blood cells. Symptoms: fever, chills, vomiting, and coma. Fatal without treatment. Dengue, called breakbone fever for a reason. Severe joint pain, high fever, rash. No cure, only support. Zika virus, mild for most adults, but causes birth defects in unborn children. Each of these diseases affects millions of people every year, and they are not slowing down. With every new rainy season, millions more are at risk. The history of mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have been around for over 100 million years. They coexisted with dinosaurs. Fossils show mosquitoes preserved in amber, some still containing traces of blood. Humans have fought mosquitoes for centuries. Ancient Egyptians used nets soaked in oils. Romans drained swamps to reduce outbreaks. Modern scientists created DDT, a powerful pesticide, now banned in many countries. The war with mosquitoes is as old as civilization itself. Little body, big impact. A mosquito weighs only 2.5 milligrams. Yet, it can take down a full-grown human, not by strength but by infection. It lives just a few weeks, but in that time, it can bite hundreds of times, lay thousands of eggs, infect entire communities. Their short lifespan doesn't make them less dangerous. It makes them faster, harder to stop. One single mosquito carrying a deadly virus can start a chain reaction that affects an entire village or a city of millions. Myths versus facts. Debunked: all mosquitoes bite. Only females do. Mosquitoes die after biting. Not true. They can bite again and again. Your smell matters. Yes, genetics, hygiene, and even what you eat affect your scent. Drinking beer makes you a target. Proven. Alcohol increases mosquito attraction. Ultrasonic devices work. Studies show little to no effect. Standing water is dangerous. Even a bottle cap can breed mosquitoes. Mosquitoes can't live indoors. Wrong. Some species love the indoors and breed inside homes. You only get bitten at night. Some species are most active during the day, especially Aedes mosquitoes. How to stay safe? Here's what works. Repellents: DEET, picaridin, lemon eucalyptus oil. Mosquito nets, especially for children in sleeping areas. Remove standing water, buckets, tires, bird baths. Cover up: long sleeves, pants, light-colored clothing, screens on windows and doors, fans and air conditioning. Mosquitoes don't like strong airflow. Community cooperation, local programs to clean water sources, awareness and vaccination in high-risk regions. Final thought: the mosquito. Tiny, silent, deadly. It doesn't roar. It doesn't growl. It buzzes. And that sound could be the most dangerous thing you hear today. Let's be aware. Let's protect ourselves. Let's spread the word. Because the deadliest creature on Earth fits on the tip of your finger. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe. And remember, sometimes the smallest enemies cause the biggest problems.